Is it a nice rustic? She's smelling a leather bag. Like, she's really into that smell. It's cute. How are you guys? How are you? Me, I'm just enjoying my Saturday. Kind of resting and relaxing and just thinking about next week and all the steps I need to do to move on with my life. Oh, I heard a watermelon go, warrior girls. Are you being a warrior, kitty cats? Watermelon? She's like, rah, rah, rah. She's a cutie pies. Like, I'm just so blessed in my life right now. And I just feel so loved in my life right now. I feel an overabundance of joy and hope and faith and love. And I love it. What are my plans? Well, I have a couple live streams I want to do today. Me and the boys, we really didn't make any plans today. Well, we did have a coffee donut time together. We had a moment with coffee and donuts, but pretty much just relaxing, chilling. No, next week's gonna be busy, so that's okay too. I got a little more coffee. It's so nice to be in the house with people that are just calm and relaxed and just chill. Oh, I love it. I needed this. I just needed my me time, my space, replenish my energy, learn how to be more like me, Oh, you meant my plans to get out and move on. That's a secret. That's a secret. So, I will say some plans. I want, and this has always been a dream of mine. I want a house that's completely pink. I want my house to be nothing but pink. Everything is pink. And if it's not pink, it's white. So it'd be white and pink and then cute things and cute animals all around. Very little girlish, I'll be honest, but that little girl in me has never been nurtured, so I'm gonna nurture it. I'm gonna be my own mama. I'm gonna love myself, I'm gonna romance myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Because really, I was thinking, and I'm what if I took a vow of chastity? Because I'm not into sex like I used to be. I really, I've experienced everything that I would ever want to experience in that area. I'm just, done there. I'm just, done there in that area. I just don't want to date anyone. Seriously. I'm really, thinking, would I ever want to date again? And it's, no. No. I really don't want to date again. And I know people are but you're still in your 30s, honey. You still have a lot of life. And it's well, why must a happy life be defined having a man? I I used to think that a happy life was defined about having a man, and I always had a man, and I was always miserable. So it's like, I just look back at those small little moments where I was single, and I was like, you know what? I was truly happy then. I was truly happy then. And I'm happy now, so, you know, just not into it anymore. I'm not into the romance thing anymore. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want it. You know, it's never done right anyway, the way it should be. It's never like flowers and jewelry and it whispered me off to a beautiful place. It's never that. It's never that. So why even try? Why waste my time thinking that a man would actually be like that? They aren't like that. They don't exist. How is it going? Oh, very self-reflecting, very eye-opening, very I'm glad that I'm choosing to be kind of selfish once in my life, but not so selfish. You know, I'm sharing with my sons. I'm just being selfish for them and me and us. How about that? We're being selfish for us right now. You know? Chivalry is almost dead. Yeah. Gotcha, it's the strawberry moon. It's got a lot of you becoming more aware right now. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, a lot of us becoming more... Yeah, I think it's the moon too. I think it's awesome. Like, astrologically, everything is just really based upon being intuitive and opening your third eye and shit like that. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. Makes sense. I hear you. Clarity is very much needed right now. The universe is powerful. Yeah, exactly. Because there's just so much confusion. You go in politics, confusion. You go into religion, confusion. And, like, I just want to strip my life of the religion, of the politics, of all of that. Just all those labels, all those intricacies that just cause division and hatred among your fellow man. Like, I don't want anything to do with that stuff. It's like, do you want to discuss politics? No. Why? Because every side is bullshit. Likes it or not, many changes are taking place. Exactly. It's getting stronger every year. Like, this change, and, you know, I think there's just going to be a large amount of people who are just going to ascend and leave behind this reality, because this reality doesn't work for a lot of minds, and because of that, because it's so heavy, we're actually becoming more spiritual, more lighter. The light workers. We're becoming more spiritual, more lighter, because we're not staying in this reality. We're not staying in this dimensional field of darkness and heaviness and ridicule and judgment. It's pretty interesting. This year is releasing the last 13 years of trauma and bad stuff. Oh, praise Jesus. Oh, release it. Take it away. I don't need it. I'm ready to be my own woman in my own world without an influence of a man that's just trying to oppress me. Yeah, I'm the same way, mermaid. It's been extremely intense for me this year. I'm done fighting anything. I'm open to the changes. Exactly. Exactly. Like, I'm done. Like, if you want to fight me, good luck. Good luck. You're just going to be like, huh, interesting. You're a sad person. Seriously, you are supposed to return to sender anything that is not suiting you. Yeah. Like, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done living in darkness. I'm done living in oppression and judgment. And I'll be honest, I'm really done with fundamentalist Christianity, because that is not the way. That is not the way of Christ. That is not who Jesus is like. Jesus is a very loving, kind, forgiving, non-judging person. He literally sat with tax collectors and prostitutes and made them feel worthy of love. And then you're telling me you're some fundamentalist Christian and you can't even love your own frickin' family? You cheat, you steal, you lie. What more shall be proven to me? I've been with married 3 fundamentalist Christians, and you all showed me how fallen and broken you are while judging your fellow man and thinking you're superior. You treat your wives like crap, like brood mares. You're supposed to clean for me. You're supposed to cook for me. You're supposed to wipe my ass. That's right, mermaid. Like, my God. Like, love your family, fundamentalist Christians. Love your family. Such a turnoff to the faith. It really is. When you're not, like, you're supposed to be, like, walking in truth and love, and here you are walking in contempt because you have a family. I can't sleep with women no more. You shouldn't have been sleeping with women in the beginning. Get yourself a rose from Amazon. Go look at the reviews. You will never need another man. Right? If you don't do it, it will literally be taken from you. Yeah. I don't get why they think it's okay, you know, to treat their wives so badly and yet say they're men of God. You know, when the Bible specifically says that you're supposed to, you as a husband should be like Christ to his church. I don't see Jesus cheating on his family or lying to his family or hurting his family. I don't see Jesus doing that. I don't see him doing that to the church. You know? I don't see him doing that, bras. But, you know, you can stay hypocritical and judge other people for their sins while you ignore your own and make everyone feel bad, you know, about your pathetic little life. That's right, mermaid. Many lessons needed to be learned. If you do not learn them, then you get what you get. Life is a boomerang. I Why would you ask such a horrible question like that, first of all? Did I upset you somehow? First of all, I don't want to talk about that man at all. I'm moving on with my life. He can go have karma suck his dick, okay? I don't care. So, we're gonna move on from that bullshit that you popped out of your mouth. People who shame victims and victim shame are abusive people. Period. And I will not tolerate such self-deprecated disrespect toward me. Ugh. What is this game? I mean, I have a video going on my headphones, and it's a really trippy looking game. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's Pokemon! Holy shit, Pokemon has changed in games. Wow. Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised about Pokemon. But I am moving on with my life with pink hearts and pink, puppy dogs and like pink butterflies with like blue butterflies and purple butterflies and glitter and shit. And I'm gonna live my life for my sons and myself. I'm not gonna live my life for a man anymore. I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm frankly just absolutely tired of it. I'm tired of being in a relationship and constantly struggling in a relationship and constantly being treated like crap in a relationship and not being respected, not being loved, not being cared for, being completely disregarded as a person. No. I'm not doing it anymore. I am thriving in my life right now. I feel a very good energy in my life, a prosperous, spirit that has come over me. I feel happy. I feel proud. I feel blessed. My sons are allowed to be happy again. I'm allowed to be happy again. I wouldn't want anything else but that. And the very thought of someone else touching me in a romantic way really does make me sick, actually, to be honest. I prefer to be chastised, to have no romance. I just don't want it. I don't want it. And it's like too much. And it does feel wonderful, LG. It feels amazing not have the urge for romanticism, it's really nice. It's very freeing, actually, to not have that urge, to not want it, to like, don't need a man to make you happy. No. No. It was a hard lesson I had to make. Yeah, or had to learn, I guess. It was a hard lesson I had to learn. You know, hard, painful lesson, but, you know, I really had to realize that happiness comes from me. It doesn't come from an outside source, because it's a choice. That's right, Alzheimer. You're liberated, free, and there's been a weight lifted off your shoulders. It shows. Excuse me. Please stop bringing up that name. I'm moving on with my life. And, I really want nothing to do with him, so if you continue, I'm just gonna look at it as a sign of disrespect, because I've told you twice, please don't talk about that with me. And you continue to disregard the boundaries I set, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect, straightforward, because I don't want to talk about him, because I'm moving on with my life. That's how you move forward. You don't look back. You move forward. You look at your future. You look at the now. You don't look at the past. You don't care what the other person feels, because it doesn't matter, because you didn't matter to them. So why should they matter to me if they didn't, or I didn't matter to them? So please respect my decisions for not wanting to talk about that individual. But I don't, because it's done and over, and it's time for me to move on. I mean, I'm sure there's other places you could go where you could probably talk about that individual, but it's not here, because this is a place of moving forward and encouragement and respect and integrity. Not that drama bullshit. It doesn't matter what's going on. So, like, I'm moving on with my life, period. I got a pink house that I need to go and find and live in and enjoy. And I have, like, pink furniture I gotta dream up and manifest, and money to manifest, and you know, jobby type stuff to manifest, and you know, just support and love and just positive energy to manifest. Like, I'm not worried about all that negative stuff that's left behind, you know. I'm transcendent, you know. I'm not lingering in what used to be my hell, my trap. Why would I want to put my mind in that mindscape, you know what I mean? That hellscape. No. We're moving forward with our lives. I've already burnt my bridges that needed to be burnt, you know, and I'm perfectly willing to burn more bridges down if it affects my mental health, or it doesn't align with my energy, or it's just not good for me. And that's how it's going to be forever, because I'm choosing to love myself before allowing a negative, hateful energy to affect me, because it really isn't my business. That's just someone's own self-projection on how they feel about themselves. And I don't feel that way about myself. I love myself. I respect myself. I have integrity enough to be honest with people, enough to know that, and that's important, to be honest. It's important to have integrity. It's important to just have a good nature, a goodwill toward your fellow man. And I do really believe in someone's ability to change, to learn, to thrive, to prosper, no matter what their position is. I'm a very forgiving person. I'm completely capable of forgiving someone, but letting them back in my life after someone hurt me so much, no, I'm not stupid. I'll forgive you, but consider a big wall and you're not welcome in my house situation going on when I feel like I'm disregarded and disrespected as a person, or my sons feel like they're disregarded or disrespected as a person. It's just a boundary that I forever want to keep for my mental health and for my son's mental health, because that's part of self-care. That's part of love. It's part of love. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna love my sons, my blood, because they deserve it. They deserve it. And I'm proud of my sons. I'm proud of them because they're very encouraging, and they bring me up when I'm feeling down. When they hear me cry, they're hugging me, they're loving me. That's a beautiful thing. That's something that I much would rather have than any romantic relationship where I'm just being controlled and damaged. I don't want to be yelled at all the time. He knew that too. But he decided to do that type of stuff to me. And when someone just keeps crossing your boundaries and not respecting your boundaries and just basically doing things to hurt you, it's just best to avoid them and allow them to be toxic people by themselves. But it's important to you to leave that situation. And I if there's any woman hearing this that is afraid of leaving a bad situation, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I know it can be scary, but put your trust in God, and God will take care of you. He's taking care of me. All my needs, all my wants, they're met. They're met. God meets all my needs because He loves me. He takes care of me. And He will do that for you too. Okay? He will. I promise you He will. And that's what He does for me, because He knows I'm genuine. He knows I'm honest. He knows that, my heart's in a good place, and he knows me very well, and he knows that I will put my full trust in him, and good things happen when you do it. I think for the longest time I put my trust more in a man than in God, and it took me a long time, a lot of praying, a lot of crying, a lot of going back and forth. Is this the Christian thing to do? Is this a good thing? Is this within your will, Lord? And God, and you have to realize, like, God wouldn't take them out of your life or cause bad things to happen if that person was meant to be in your life. Like, God will find a way how to separate you from those who harm you. He will find a way, and he does. I've gotten out of a lot of abusive relationships because I relied on God, even though I felt scared. Like I've said, I tend to be a person who normalizes abuse in my head because I'm a very forgiving person. It's not that I don't notice it, but it's more like I just kind of ignore it. I kind of like get it in my head like I need to fix this person, and stop doing that. Like, don't do that. That's putting you in harm's way. You don't need to. That's not up to you to fix someone. And this is just my own advice, what I had to learn for myself. It's not up to you to fix someone who's like damaged to the point where they hurt people. It's like they're gonna learn that lesson eventually. Just let them learn that lesson. You don't have to get involved and put yourself in harm's way. I wish I knew that lesson several years ago before any stupid bullshit happened, but I guess it was meant to be, so I could be here right now and tell you, don't do what I do or did. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. And I wish I learned a long time ago that you're never going to find happiness in a man. You're never going to find happiness in a man because, like I said, happiness is within you. It's not within anyone else per se. And I'm definitely don't want to be defined by a man. I don't want to have my happiness because of a man. Like, I want to be alone. I want to be single. I don't want to be struggling for the rest of my life dealing with people or a man that just wants to, have something above me. Like, it's just gross at that point. Like, it's like I don't treat them like that. Like, I just, like, why do I get treated like that? Like, I don't get it. It's like I'm just completely disregarded when I'm with a man for some reason. Like, I want to do something, and I'm never allowed to do what I want when I'm with a man. It's always what they want to do, how they view it. Like, and it's and if you try to do what you want to do with a man, well, that's the time where you do it, but they'll ruin your time while you're doing it the whole time. So it's like, why do something you enjoy if the man's just going to ruin it by, like, either complain about it or moan or bitch or cause a fight over something stupid? Like, this isn't like the first, like, man that has done that stuff to me. It's been several men that have treated me that way. You know, so it's like, I look at that, I just look at my life, and I see that, and it's just a complete and utter turn off to any, like, relationship ever, just looking at that, and acknowledging, like, I never was respected by a man. I never was, like, truly loved or regarded by a man. Like, no. I can't do that to myself anymore. I can't do that to myself. That is so fucking painful. That is so fucking painful when they do that to you. When they hurt you like that. When you want something so bad and it's just completely ignored. Or you need something and it's ignored, and it's when you're given way too much and not taken enough, there's an imbalance there in the relationship. When you feel completely drained in the relationship, and you're just constantly fighting to try to keep your relationship, there's something wrong there. Like, I just don't think I'm good anymore for relationships. I think I also don't want to, like, punish some pure man into a relationship with me who never really hurt a woman, but I'm so fucking damaged that I'll put that damage on him like he did something like that. I definitely wouldn't want to do that to a nice dude either. Because I know I do that because I am really fucking damaged when it comes to men. When it comes to romantic love, I am so damaged over it. So fucking damaged over it. Like, I don't want a relationship ever again. Ever again. Like, and that's pretty sad for a 38-year-old woman to say. Like, I don't want a relationship ever again. But when you're constantly screwed over by men who claim they love you, well, you'll start feeling the way I do, I guarantee it. Like, what is the point of even trying to, like, get a relationship if forever with someone doesn't exist? Like, what is the point of even starting a romantic relationship with someone when the possibility of that relationship failing is pretty fucking high? Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. You know? I was that type of woman who wanted forever with someone. I wanted that, like, beautiful romance and wedding and engagement, and I never got it. I always settled for less. You know? But with Jason, he didn't do that stuff, and I didn't settle for less. It's like, I'm not going to physically, legally marry you if you don't give me what I desire. And that's a normal fucking life. And I didn't get it. I didn't get a normal life with that guy. He didn't even try. He didn't try, and he was just angry all the time, and I'm just moving on from that, man. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it anymore to try when all you do is get hurt. It's not even worth it. Like, why try when I'm just gonna get hurt? Why even try when it's just gonna implode in my face and I'll be a horrible person the next day? Why? No. It's just not worth it anymore. So I'm moving on. I have to move on. It's the only way for me to survive this world, to survive, to keep going forward, to move forward. You know, being in a toxic, horrible, unloving, degrading relationship, it really does kill you slowly. And I really, really felt like it was killing me. You know, I mean, I have medical problems, yeah, but that was killing me way faster than what I have. Just feeling so alone, not being alone, but feeling alone. Like, it's so strange. Like, you can feel the most loneliness in the world because the person you're with doesn't care about your being. You know? I was destroyed as a person. And I lost myself so bad. And now I'm just really trying to refine myself. I'm trying to find a balance in my life. I'm definitely praying a lot to God. You know, telling him, please just keep me in your will and not my will, because I don't want to make him mad. I don't want to sin. I don't want to hurt God. You know, I don't want to disappoint him or anything like that. I don't want to do that. You know, I want him happy and proud of me. You know, so it's like a spiritual thing I'm going through mixed with an emotional thing. Like, it's very interesting, my feelings, like, because at the same time I'm healing, I'm hurting, and I'm happy all at the same time. And it's such an interesting energy when you're happy and you're healing and hurting at the same time. It's just very interesting, because it's just, you're taking all that negativity and you're just putting it away and being like, no, you're not going to disturb my peace. You're not going to disturb my balance. It's been enough. It's been enough. And I think if you are in a toxic relationship, or toxic relationships per se, I think there comes a point where the person just stops fighting and just allows the evolution of life to transcend. Anyway, I hear a child coming my way, so I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Peace, guys. Oh, go to twitch.tv and subscribe to Shanny Needs Love, because I'll be live streaming later. Alright, bye, guys.